Señoras y señores,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Be welcome to the opening ceremony of the 22nd Congress of Inter-American Association of Intellectual Property, ASIPI, Mexico. Now I am inviting our guest of honors to join me in the front, and I will introduce the distinguished members. Enrique Diaz, President of ASIPI, please. Eric Castillo, President of the host committee. I'm Matthew Bryan, Director of PCT and UCB. From OMBI. We want to thank the presence of representatives of international associations, Luis Okuyama, President of APPI, Mr. Cruz, Elias Urañez, Secretary of ECPI, Claudia Clamsy, President of EPIC, and the International Latin American Associations, Álvaro Oliveira, President of ABAPI Brazil, David Leonardo, President of Brazil, Marcos Mercado, API Bolivia, Alejandra Valdez, President of ADOPI, Dominican Republic, Alejandro Luna, President of AMPI Mexico, Juan Femiorpe Ortiz, President of APAPI Paraguay, Juan Carlos Duran, President of APPI Peru, Enia Lopez, President of ASPI in Salvador, Agustina Fernandez, President of ABDAPI Uruguay, from Campi, Guatemala, Hugo Gomez, Magistrate of the Community, and Hugo Salvador Crespo. The Offices of Intellectual Property, Copyright Representative Julio Cesar Castelo, President of INPI Brazil, Erika Landa Leite, Head of Division, Loreto Bresky, National Director of INAPI, Chile, Salvador Lizama, Director of RPI in Salvador. We also welcome the former presidents of ASIPI, Sergio Amenábar, Martino Chaus, Juan Mandrell, Maria del Pilar Troncoso, and Elizabeth Simpson Omaray. The host committee, Eric Castillo, the president, Armando Arenas, president of the academic group, Hans Antonio Lochi, Adriana López González, Juan Carlos Hernández, Arturo Isba González. The president of the logistic committee, Marema Bordes, Enrique Camayo, the Legaspi. We want to also thank the sponsors and support agencies, the institutional sponsors, Barlo IP, BCMB, Mexico, Servieri Monsuarez, Uruguay, Donovan Simpson from Brazil, Goodrich Raquelme Asociados de Mexico, Grenenbaum Posiñas and Teixeira, Brazil, Ideas from Costa Rica, Olarte Moure from Colombia, and Palacios Lawyers in Guatemala. And also the platinum sponsor, Paletti Terrero, Free Market, Mercado Libre, UTOF, Golden Consuelo Jumeal Asociados, Ferraboli, MGA, Cell Ewing, Itanianes Ortiz, Clarivita, New Hampshire, Presenter, IVPI, APPI, Clarivate, Mindsoft, Patrick's, and Questel. The male sponsors, the patent lawyer, Mark Global, Lex Latin, Marcasu, Norton's IP, Leaders League. And the sponsors for the Monday, Arrocha Lindar, Pachambring and Correa, BCB, Calderón de la Sierra, Chévez Riz, Abarripa, Ordenoria 17, Dumont, Fernández Manso y Asociados, García Barragán Abogados, Ulrich Riquelme Asociados, Copyright, Iberbram, Jalipe Caballero and Associates, Uño Niño de Rivera, MC McCoy, Mendez Cortez, Olivares and Company, Pan American of Patents and Brands, PLC, Portillo de la Cruz, Santa Marina y Esteta, Saucedo Rodríguez and Saucedo, Specific IP, Televisa Univision, TMI, Lawyers, UTOF, Omega UTOF, and Sierra and Mexican Association for the Copyright, AMPI. Now I invite you to please stand to listen to our national anthem.
A continuación,
Next, I will call the members of the Table of Honors to address a few words for the President of the host committee, please. Thank you. Good evening. Good evening, everybody, distinguished members of the Executive Board, former presidents, members of the Board of Administration, government entities, associates of ASIPI, dear friends. On behalf of the host committee of this 22nd Congress of ASIPI, I warmly welcome you to Mexico City, capital city of our country and considered to be one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Many of you have spent several days with us in this meeting, and you have been able to enjoy the big gastronomic proposal of the country, the different museums and archaeological sites. For those of you newly arriving to this venue of Mexico City, CDMX, before the DF, I invite you to explore the city, to walk along Polanco, to go out for a coffee, and even, why not, do some shopping, to take nice souvenirs home. The host committee has worked tirelessly to support in the preparation of the academic program. That, you will see, is absolutely interesting because of the diversity of the subjects, and as of tomorrow, we will live 3 days of intensive learning. Likewise, different social events have been proposed so that we can use and enjoy with friends and colleagues. I would like to highlight the cocktail for the local studies for tomorrow, where we are 26 companies together, as well as our Mexican Association for Copyright, AMPI, to offer an event full of Mexican traditions, good music, and good food, as well as on Tuesday we will live a unique experience at the Coliseum Arena to be in our event. For those of you to do the mezcal route, I can tell you that you will not forget that unforgettable experience in the city of Oaxaca. The host committee has invested many years so that your stay in our country to be as pleasant as possible, privileging the academic part but not leaving aside the different sharing of time, good times that we will have as of tonight. I thank the support to the Laura Armando for the committee support, and also the other members of the host committee, Marimar, Flor, Yolanda, Adriana, José Antonio, Juan Carlos, Enrique, Guillermo, José Juan, Luis Arturo, Eduardo, and Daniel. Dear friends, on behalf of the Mexican group, be all welcome. I hope that you enjoy this Congress a lot, explore our city and our country, and don't stop coming back as many times as you wish. This is your home, and we will always receive you with our open arms. Thank you. Thank you very much, Eric, for your speech and your warm welcome to your country. We invite Matthew Bryan to address us a few words from AMPI. Mr. Enrique Diaz, President of ASIPI, distinguished members of the Executive Board, and the work committees, the special commissions, and the national delegates, distinguished members of ASIPI, distinguished representatives of other active associations in the world of intellectual property, special guests, colleagues, and friends. Good evening to you all. On behalf of OMPI and our General Director, Derek Tang, I thank you so much for the invitation to participate in this Congress with you all and for your welcome. The relation, cooperation, and friendship among ASIPI and OMPI has a long history, including ASIPI as official observer in the OMPI meetings, where we use our work group from the experience of the representatives. Very briefly, I would like to mention some activities that we have at OMPI that will be of relevance for the members of ASIPI. First, you may have noticed that there are possibilities that next year we will progress in the regulatory agenda in intellectual property with 2 diplomatic conferences, a treaty about formalities and designs that will take place in Saudi Arabia on next November, this next year, and also on genetic resources and additional related knowledge. We continue with OMPI conversations on artificial intelligence and avant-garde technologies and their implications in relation to copyright that you have noticed that is included in the agenda for this Congress. We also acknowledge the work that we do in the field of green innovation. We have WIPO Green platform that is the most dynamic and most important of all the United Nations. We also continue to work in subjects of differentiation and assessment of intellectual property, and our dialogue on the subject of 2 weeks ago, and of course the other services of OMPI that continue to be very active, as I have presented in our arbitration and mediation centers. OMPI has conducted recently our worldwide survey on attitudes to intellectual property. And I would like to mention a few things that we have learned in this survey. First of all, the survey people from all regions acknowledge the positive impact of intellectual property in economy. It is even more appreciated in Asia Pacific, Latin America, the Caribbean, and Africa. In every case, more than 2/3 of the participants and they are non-specialized people in the field. They hold a favorable vision of the impact of intellectual property more than in Europe or the United States. In second place, from all the regions, they see intellectual property as a key tool to guarantee fair income to innovators, creators, authors, and designers. And thirdly, the strong indications of awareness on intellectual property, especially among young people, is more in the southern countries than in the developed countries. You must already know through our website and other communications that among the most important priorities we have to take training and knowledge on the intellectual property towards women, young people, and SMEs. And in general, we are trying at OMPI to tell a better story of intellectual property through experience, inventors, entrepreneurs, designers, artists, and videos, and most effectively, the social media. Now, in conclusion, at OMPI, we hugely appreciate your cooperation and most importantly, in a long term, with participation with CONACYPI. We hope to find ways to work more closely for the benefit of our respective members and stakeholders. Thank you very much. Thank you, Matthew, for your words. And to finish the floor, I give the floor to the president of ASIPI, Enrique Diaz. Good evening, everybody. I must tell that I am really excited. I thought that this day wouldn't come 1 year ago. I would see it as a distant date, but it arrived very soon. On behalf of the executive committee, the host, the committee, myself, and especially of every Mexican that constitute the ASIPI family, I warmly welcome you to Mexico City. For 1 year, we have been working hard to have a different Congress. I still remember in 2014 when we were in the National Historical Center visiting the Fine Arts building, the Vizcaínas building, and all historical landmarks. And this time we want to bring you something different. Mexico City is a cosmopolitan city, as this event will be. We have a modern view of our country, of our city, and I'm certain that you will love it. All of you who came with us since Tuesday, and I understand many of you arrived earlier, and many others are starting to come and in the middle of this event, but we are absolutely happy and excited that you are with us. But above all, very joyful and intending to close links when you leave our city, that you go happy and having enjoyed a very nice experience. I am a man who does not like to talk many words because words are taken by the wind, but I am very thankful for the harmony of Mexican people, the way you have treated me as the president, and the way we Mexicans work in favor of this Congress and for you all. So ASIPI is dynamic, which is a trait of the organization, but it is you and your work that characterizes it, and this is why I would like to share this video with you. Our committees and commissions. Along the last 6 months, our committees have been very active with the delivery of publications, developing courses, workshops, interactive maps, and the organization and contests. In this line, we would like to express our recognition to the Fashion Law Commission for the updating on the guide to the right to fashion. This document was recently published, and you can find it in our virtual library. Our acknowledgement as well to the Committee of Industrial Designs that for the second time in a row organized a contest of the Best Industrial Designs Edition 2023 together with the Colombian Association Academic Network of Design, the University of Istmo, and the Academy of Creativity. The award granting will take place on Monday by the end of our activities. Likewise, the committee has delivered the project's illustrative map of aspects on design in Latin America, which implementation will take place in the coming period. On its side, our Committee of Geographic Associations has started with the organization of the Route of Mezcal offered as part of the additional activities of our Congress, and that will take place on the 7th and 8th of December. Likewise, the committee concluded with the preparation of the 4th bulletin of geographic publications that compiles articles on different denominations of origin acknowledged in our region. This bulletin was published and is available to you all in our virtual library. In the line of production, we highlight the task anti-piracy group that coincided with the sending of the articles on the thoughts on the trading of falsified products in Latin America. In addition, offered during the year 5 interesting articles in the stage of edition that will also be published briefly. Also highlightable the participation of the committee for the conversation organized of the group against the piracy and the rise of customs agencies, a space where ASIPI rolled out the activities in defense of intellectual property. On its behalf, the Committee of Patents designed the workshop to be offered the 7th and 8th of December to give training in the drafting of remedications in the chemistry, biotechnology, pharmaceutics, and bioengineering fields. The Committee of Patents worked hand in hand with the Committee of Harmonization and Progress in the structure of the contents of the course, jurisprudence, progress on patents, models, and models of utility and industrial designs, given successfully through the work of ASIPI Academia during the last months of September and October. In the same line, we also thank the participation of the Committee of Administration of Dispatches in coordination with that organized the digital marketing course. We cannot stop to mention our committee on the rights of others that, with effort, implemented in record time the second part of the interactive map of the rights of copyrights. And in this second stage, delivered the information related to copyright and related rights of audiovisual works and musical work joined to the collective management in every one of our regions. Academically speaking, the committee has already delivered a complete proposal for the course of jurisprudence in the matter of rights of copyright that will be offered on the first semester of 2024. We cannot stop highlighting the work of the informative manual of countries that compiled information in the matter of brands in the countries in our region. This compendium will allow us to know about what exists in every jurisdiction. It is supposed to be published on next year. Our acknowledgement also to the Committee of Diversity, Inclusion, and Sustainability that through a permanent campaign of rolling out in the network, in the web, has made a commitment with social well-being and the preservation of our planet. Closing its cycle of activities this Tuesday, we will have the We Respect Party, where we will celebrate the wealth and strength given by diversity and respect of our association. A special mention for the Committee of Social Action that tirelessly has worked in social work of our agency. In Mexico, we will close the campaign Backpack, an opportunity that has brought joy to young people in the school age. We also thank the support of the organization the mentoring organization with the participation of 150 participants that for the first time participating in a face-to-face ASIPI event. And finally, we want to thank the ASIPI Future Commission that through the initiative of Green ASIPI launched on the last month of June the first regional contest, Green Innovation 2023, the first time to organize this contest for Latin America, receiving in this first edition 27 applications from 10 countries. The final will be transmitted at this 6th of December and as part of the official program in our Congress. In parallel to the program, to the work made by our committees, our programs have also been very active in this second half of the year. So ASIPI Emprende progress in the preparation of the ABC of entrepreneurs, which first draft will be delivered to the leaders of the program for the next period. On the other hand, carried out face-to-face training and also online for the Center of Entrepreneurial Development and in Lima, Peru University. And 1st of December made training in incubators and Mexican universities in an event co-organized by Coparmex and with the ASIPI Pro Bono program for the advisory programs after the training has been finished. So Pro Bono also organized the event Introduction to Intellectual Property together with CONACYT in the framework of the agreement of cooperation with this entity this year. The program has also continued to help entrepreneurs from indigenous populations and local communities, Bolivia, Colombia, and Peru. Referred by the Intellectual Property Association has promoted and enabled the subscription of the agreement of cooperation between ASIPI and the Trade Chamber of Quito. ASIPI Academy offered the courses jurisprudence in the matter of patents, models, and industrial designs and digital marketing, which we have already mentioned. The program also started a joint work with the Organization of American States and the University of Alicante, organizing the seminar Current Challenges for the National Offices of Intellectual Property Offices in Latin America in the Digital Era, seminar for authorities in the region. To close this period, ASIPI Academy leaves on the table 3 proposals of courses which development will take place in 2024. About the ASIPI Educa program, last November, members of said program made a presentation to the students on the Jefferson School in Caracas, Venezuela. For 3 days in a row, they share educational journeys in the matter of intellectual property with children from 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade in elementary school. And on the 5th of December, they will conduct a joint presentation with in the Montessori World School, the Congress. During this second half of the year, our national delegates, committed with the goals of our association, have promoted different national roundtables to discuss about subjects of special interest in every one of the countries. Our gratitude and acknowledgement for their work during this half of the year to the delegates from the United States, Bolivia, Haiti, Brazil, and Ecuador. About our clubs, they continue with their periodical virtual meetings, but they have also promoted the execution of academic activities and face-to-face activities to share friendship activities. And our gratitude in particular to the Club of Brainstorm IP and Club de Mexico. A little bit more in our institutional products.
It's our turn now to talk about the ASIPI webinars, which editions have taken place weekly and constantly thanks mainly to the initiative of our working committees. This tool has allowed us, besides this, initiate and consolidate joint works with organisms and OMPI, APPI, PP, and recently ECTA, materializing concrete actions, the collaboration agreements that we have with each one of these associations. In total, we have 26 webinars only in this last 2023 semester, becoming in a platform that has the highest number of content and participation. Another institutional is a product of this, where in the last committee, committed different issues for piracy and custom surveillance in LATAM. To close the cycle, we couldn't have the last edition of our year face-to-face with the last video, with the last edition. Publications were pleased to convey you the book workshop, the financial word for intellectual property, that has all the Quito speeches. We also have the institutional club from ASIPI, volume 4 of geographical indications and DOCs, volume 28 of our intellectual property rights and copyrights, and also CP Escribe has a collection of the works given during the period 2021 to 2023. ASIPI has a close relationship with other entities that represent strategic partners with which we try to amplify and promote education and defense of intellectual property. On October, we concluded successfully the Mood Corp, Latin American Mood Corp on copyrights, together with the Andinas Intellectual Property and Judgments. Thanks to all the ASIPI group that worked on the organization and developed all these competencies, and our judges that gave us full support and evaluation of the different teams in the written and oral spaces. Besides that, I'm really proud to announce that the winner team was a Mexican team that was integrated by students, women students from the Technological Institute from Monterrey Institute, who we award on premises tomorrow before ending our academic program. In this semester, we also concluded the Moon Court organized by the Supreme Court and the Paraguayan Association from Intellectual Property. We participated supporting them. And with a great satisfaction, we've been witnesses of the participation of the winners of the first edition of becas and sponsorships at ASIPI for master degrees and spring courses. With this same joy, last October, we launched the second edition of these sponsors, and the last day will be on February to receive subscriptions would be on February 2024. We also have been involved with different international and national organizations. In June, we participated in the General Congress of ECTA, where we gathered with the representations of such representation to create a different works and give the first fruits. In the following months, having 2 webinars covering topics of protecting personal data. In August, we have the presence in the ABPI Congress. Together, we celebrated their 60th anniversary. Within this Congress framework, we also participated with 75 years of ABAPI, with whom we have worked hand in hand with the initiative of our delegates from Brazil. Thank you to both of you. In September, we were invited to participate on the open forum from the FICP association with whom we've been working hard. At the beginning on October, ASIPI was present, attended in Canada the IPIC, as well as monetization of the intellectual property forum with the Colegios of Abogado Anades in Mexico, with whom we signed a collaboration a paper in October. We also participated in the year Congress of AIPA and IBPI Association, with whom we permanently have worked throughout the whole year, achieving to execute all the initiatives that were proposed for this 2023. Sorry, we closed the participation with our institutional presence in APA and Nombere in Singapore. Our institutional presence has materialized also with our participation in different academic days and journeys where we are allocated and ASIPI is the staff. We were at the Uruguayan AUDAPI Day, as well as the Intellectual Network from Uruguay, organized by the same organization. We were also attending in Cusco, Peru, at the conversatory and roundtables given by the Faculty of Right, the AFAPI. Intellectual property as facilitating trade and Paraguay, among others. In the last semester, ASIPI was invited to participate in different meetings summoned by the Intellectual Property and Awakened Those. We were represented by members of our association that comply with an important role with on behalf of ASITI. To close this report, we would like to announce the incorporation of 55 new partners in this last semester, a number that is in continuous growth because of all the requests, and at the end of this video we will continue growing endlessly. At the same pace, we are announcing the permanent growth of our followers in the different medias on our webpage, as well as the number of interactions that we daily have from our publications. Opposed to this growth, well, give us shows the certainty that we have to incorporate our association in the digital world.
Esto es ASIPI, estos son ustedes.
This is ASIPI, this is you, this is your participation, the participation of each one of you. And after this video, I declare the inauguration of this 22nd Congress. Enjoy this Congress and this edition. Please enjoy yourself. Good evening.
Muchas gracias, Enrique. Bueno, invitamos a...
Thank you, Enrique. We invite the table members to take your seats, and with the words of our president, we conclude this ceremony of inauguration for this Congress.